Getting out for a short hike today, Placerita Canyon, Walker Ranch area, and pretty nice, warm, like mid-70s. And I haven't had rain out in a couple weeks. Placerita Canyon is one of those places where it's close, less than 10 minutes from my house, and I can enjoy some wilderness. Already saw a couple hawks fly right over me. I probably won't see any deer. If I come later in the afternoon, 4:35-ish, as the sun's going down, I'll see mule deer almost every time. But this is kind of a cool area, and they've cut a new trail, which makes it a lot easier than the way I used to get down to this interesting little piece of equipment that was left up here in the hills. So I don't know if you see down in the distance there, I'll zoom into it a little bit. You can see there's a truck for drilling oil. They had actually found I can't remember what they called it. It's like a white oil or something. And there are places where you can smell it coming out of the ground. And my understanding is they were drilling illegally. When they were doing this, it wasn't the Walker family that kind of owned this area and used to have a ranch where people came to visit. But a friend of his or somebody who approached him and he would let him drill. Well, apparently this piece of machinery was left on the property. So we're gonna hike down there and take a look at it. The reason I come out to Placerita a lot, sometimes before the sun comes up, is if I get out here early, I know I can let Rain off leash and let her do her thing. Not have to worry about people. Saw some photographers a few minutes ago. They were coming down and she was off leash, but I asked if they were okay, or if they wanted me to put her on leash, and they were fine with her. So she just said hello and then moved on to her sniffing. That's what she likes to do. She used to want to chase things. If I came up here and we saw some mule deer and we were with Bo, they would go after it, and that was, sometimes they would disappear over a hill going after these mule deer. They couldn't catch them. Now, Rain's got a little older and she's having some hip issues, so she usually runs for about 50 feet and then she slows down and just looks at them and knows she's not going to catch them, so she stops. But this is a place that I can get to quickly, and I can do even just an hour of walking around. And I was telling the guy that works on the trails, I'm wearing my glorified van style, what are they called? My Skechers, but they're like van style slip-on skate shoes. They're not really for hiking, but this is a low barrier to entry. First time I found this, I think I was with my daughter Jess, and we both climbed up to the top of it. I would do that now, and then I could show it to Deb and she'd be angry at me. But this is this old oil drilling truck, and it's always in a state of a little more disrepair. I think entropy and hikers kind of do a number on it. Actually, this would be a cool spot for Deb to get some pictures. I'm gonna have to get her up here. Look at that. Look at the angle on that. It's kind of cool looking. So this is the truck. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can get a little more of it. There's our engine. We'll take a look inside. I'm paying attention in case I run into a rattlesnake. It's been too cold for the last several days, but it is warm enough today, and I have run into one up here. A couple of them, actually. One with Jess, actually. That day we were out here, almost stepped on a baby. I think I have a video of that too, because she was laughing at the way I jumped. So, is that the fuel tank? Looks like the tires are pretty worn. Big old fan and another motor for doing whatever it did. And then there's the place we climbed up, right up this little ladder. I wonder how rickety it feels right now. It didn't feel rickety at all. It's pretty sturdy. You got some other doodads for the drilling. So at some point they either got in trouble for the drilling or they weren't getting the oil they needed. Hi Deb, you're not going to be happy with me. I don't know if I was in the frame there. But I want to hike it. I want to climb it. So I'm going to climb it. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I wonder if my audio is a little platform, probably for standing. It's higher up than it appears, that's for sure. A video like this that's going to cause somebody back east to move to California. So my father used to say, he said, the Rose Parade causes people to move to California because it's January 1st and the number of times that it's 70 or 75 degrees in the sun, people sitting out there watching these floats, and they always show a scene or two from the ocean close by, and somebody's back in Chicago or upstate New York or Boston, freezing and wet or iced in, and they go, that's it, I give up, I'm moving to California. So people always wonder, why is it so expensive in California? My dad used to say it's the weather. Weather makes things expensive because lots of people show up. For those in Southern California wondering exactly where this is called Walker Ranch. And actually the entrance to this little section right by the meadow where it splits off and goes to the meadow over here is across the street from a parking area for Golden Valley Open Space. So if you park at the Golden Valley Open Space, you don't have to cross the road. When you can do it safely, I suppose, but they actually have a trail that goes underneath the road for wildlife and for hikers and bikers and things. And you can always take that little tunnel under the road. And yes, I wanted to stay at home and work on music, but I realize I probably need to do this more often than I have been. Well, more often. Used to do it 4 or 5 times a week, and now it's been kind of weeks between, which isn't fair to me or to Rain. Plus, I think about it, probably help me gain some clarity and do a better job with my music as well. And if nothing else, my heart will be healthier. Deb called right as I got back to the car. Hey, Rain. She was worried. She gets worried. She said it's been 2 hours since she heard from me, but I don't think that's the case. I'll go back and check. I wasn't on that long hiking for sure. But so anyways, that's the Walker Ranch area, kind of to the left of the meadow up the hill, and you can find that oil truck and just see some beautiful scenery. I didn't get it on video, but had a hawk fly right over me while I was up the hill, and that's always nice to see. If you're into those things, you know, one of the things people ask me all the time, they're always asking me, how is it that you see so much wildlife? You see snakes and you see, you know, hawks and bobcats and mountain lions. It's been a few years since I've seen a mountain lion, but raccoons everywhere. And I said, you know, it's just that I'm out there a lot. And you go a lot of time where you don't see anything except for beauty, which is fine. That's good in and of itself. But yeah, if you want to have adventures with wildlife, or where you see wildlife and even see them hunting or doing all the stuff that they do, you got to be in a position to see them. You're not going to see it just by going out once or twice a year. I recommend 3 times to get out to some area of nature near you if possible. 3 times a week. 3 times a week isn't really too much to ask, and it serves a kind of bevy of benefits. Anyways, that's my trip for the day. Heading home. See ya.